Hey everybody, welcome back to Drinks and a Movie. Chris Hamker back with you, and today we'll be talking about Warcraft. But first, let's start with a drink, and the drink I have for you today is called the Horde Orc. Warcraft, Horde Orc, sure. The Horde Orc is consists of 1 part triple sec, 1 part melon liqueur, 1 part sweet and sour mix, shaken in a shaker, poured into a rocks glass with rocks in it, and then topped off with Mountain Dew, and then right at the end you put in a bit of Grenadine to add in that red look to it. So I think it's going to be pretty good, so let's get this started. Here we go. Here's the 1 triple sec. Melon liqueur or Midori, if you fancy. And sweet and sour mix. This thing is going to be green. Alright. Now, so in here, give it a little bit of a shake. Alright. Nice. Okay. And last but not least, a little kick in the pants. The dew. Doing the dew. That on top. Give it a little fizz. And then, to add a little color down at the bottom, kind of that blood red orc thing going on. You put in your Grenadine. Alright, there we go. We did it, everybody. Take a look at that. Pretty cool looking drink. It's got the red down at the bottom. Let's give this a try. Not bad, pretty good. Cheers, everybody. Alright, everybody, so Warcraft is written and directed by Duncan Jones and stars Travis Kimmel, Paula Patton, Ben Foster, Dominic Cooper, and the standout performance of the movie is Toby Kebbell as Duratan. So the story is the Orc land is just barren. They can't live there anymore, and so the warlock chieftain Gul'dan decides to open up a portal to Azeroth and bring his Orc warriors there to settle in Azeroth, where the humans, the dwarves, and the elves live. And they're kind of thinking this is a little bit of an invasion, so their first instinct is to just stop this thing from going on. Now, Duratan, one of the other chieftain orcs, who's played beautifully and with such depth and emotion by Toby Kebbell. I mean, he is the anchor of this movie. This character is amazing. Realizes that the way Gul'dan is trying to bring these orcs trying to open this portal, he uses this dark magic called Fel, and Fel is what was killing their original land to begin with, and so he decides that he doesn't want to be a part of this, and so he teams up with the humans to stop Gul'dan. And he teams up with Lothar, played by Travis Kimmel from Vikings, the Viking show, to stop him. And he also teams up with Mage Medivh, played by Ben Foster, to go against this evil that is coming to Azeroth. So that's a pretty straightforward story, and that's a good thing, because Duncan Jones does not waste any screen time spoon-feeding you the lore and mythology of Warcraft. I mean, he dives right into this thing and just drops you right in the middle. So if you didn't have any background knowledge, there's a lot of places and people and events that are thrown at you. You could get a little lost with it. And so I guess the question is, did I buy into this world? I really did. I have to say I did quite a bit. Now, full disclosure, I did play the video games back in the day, all the way back to Warcraft 3, the real-time strategy game, and I did play World of Warcraft, the Morphica, or MMORPG, massive multiplayer online role-playing game. I got that right, I think. I did play that for a while. I liked it, I enjoyed it. My bunch of friends, we all played it together, and it was a lot of fun. So in this movie, there are fan services and Easter eggs, and I could watch it and go, oh, cool, that's Goldshire, or hey, that's awesome, that's Ironforge. I mean, did I want, Lothar to ask Medivh a question and Medivh go, well, I could tell you, and I will, but first, go and collect me 12 Murloc fins and then come back to me. Did I want that to happen? Yeah, I kind of really wanted that to happen. That would have been amazing. So this movie reminded me a lot of a movie I saw a couple of months ago that I did a review on called Gods of Egypt. I had a flow chart as to what was going on in Gods of Egypt, and I talked to my wife about this a little bit last night, and I decided that this movie Warcraft is the gamer's version of Gods of Egypt. And the reason I say that is my wife actually really liked Gods of Egypt because she's, has a lot of knowledge about Egyptian mythology, and while watching that movie, she really appreciated and enjoyed it because it was actually pretty accurate to the Egyptian lore, Egyptian mythology, just like Warcraft is. I mean, it's pretty accurate to the lore. I actually had to look some things up because the story takes place a little bit before Warcraft 3 that I wasn't real familiar with, but when I looked it up, they actually go by the storyline pretty closely. So I guess the other question is, can someone who doesn't have all this background knowledge of the video games really enjoy this movie? I think so. I mean, this is Warcraft. There are pretty huge and great battle sequences. The special effects are top-notch. I mean, the motion capture, the special effects that they do with the orcs, especially Duratan and his friend Orgrim. I'm going to say these names wrong. Duratan and Orgrim are spectacular. I mean, they're just amazing. And the other actors are good too. Travis Fimmel as Lothar and Paula Patton are both very good in the movie as well. Ben Foster playing Medivh sometimes felt a little lost. I usually like Ben Foster. I think he's a great actor, but he just didn't. There's something about him that was just off about it. I didn't really like him until he went like full Medivh at the end, and I won't give away any spoilers, but anybody who is familiar with the games and knows what I'm talking about will kind of get that reference. Now, there is a lot crammed into this 2-hour movie. I mean, they try to fit a lot of lore and mythology of Warcraft in here, but there are great battle scenes, and I think there's enough here for anybody who's a fan of fantasy epics to really enjoy this. One of my only issues with this movie is that there are much better stories within this universe that they could have told. I get that they wanted to start way back at the beginning, and this is literally, I think, I mean, as far as I know, I haven't read a lot of the books, but as far as I know, this is way back at the start of this whole, universe, Azeroth universe, and so I just think there are more compelling stories. The story wasn't too compelling, but it does get me excited for things to come, and I really hope, because they introduced some characters at the end there, that they continue on with this franchise and tell more of these stories that are so much better than this one. But listen, it's much better than some of the other crap that I've talked about recently, like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. So if you have a second, go see it. I enjoyed this movie. I'm going to give it a 4 out of 5 drinks. So cheers to Warcraft. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining me. I have a ball doing this stuff. Listen, tell me in the comments, what is your favorite movie made off of a video game? This is pretty good. This is one of the more higher quality ones, I gotta say. So let me know that. Also, in the past week, there's a lot of stuff that's been going on. I made well, my wife, first of all, and all this stuff is linked down here at the bottom, so please check it out. My wife made me an amazing website, so please check that out. I have a Facebook page now dedicated to the channel, and I'm on Twitter. Didn't think I'd ever say that, but I'm on Twitter, and it's just a way to, for me to give some of my thoughts, a little bit more about me. So check that stuff out. Thank you so much for joining me. Also, I'm gonna put in a new intro. I don't know. I'm just trying to toy with things, trying to figure things out. So let me know if you like that or not. A little intro before my videos. So as the credit sequence or whatever you want to call it. So let me know what you think of that. And again, thank you so much for joining me. Have a drink on me. Cheers, everybody. Good night.